Hi, in this video we are going to see how to debug JavaScript applications. JavaScript using IE and Chrome browsers. So we are going to debug this JavaScript. So this JavaScript performs some function calls. We already saw this in our learning series. Now we will use this script to learn how to debug it using IE and Chrome. So this is the script we are going to debug. So we already executed this script in our previous video series. First, let me open that in IE. So let me click Alt, and you can see I'm using Internet Explorer 11. So to debug this, before that we will manipulate this value 5 and 8, so it will show 23. Now to debug it, click on this gear icon, then click F12 Developer Tools. So here, if you want to place a breakpoint, you can click on this margin area. On click, we are making call to add numbers. So I am clicking that. Then in the add numbers, I am clicking on this line number 13. That means in the second line, that's where we are assigning a variable. Then I'm keeping a breakpoint in a get sum also. So if you see here, in the on click of this particular button, add button, that means this add button, we are making call to add numbers. Then add numbers after some point in time make a calls to get sum, and in the get sum we are receiving two parameters and we are adding that and returning it. Now to debug it, we have to refresh this page. Then let me put some value 10, 7. So the result will be 17. Now when I click add, the breakpoint will hit and you can see that. So the browser window is paused and at present we are in add numbers. So here in the tab above, you can see the button continue. So the shortcut key also you can read. Then this one is a step into, then this is step over, and this one is a step out. Just like other debuggers, if you already debugged some program, the same kind of controls you can see here. So now I can even click continue because we have breakpoint everywhere. So this is making call to add numbers. If I click continue, this will stop at this breakpoint. Now if you look at here in the locals means the variables that is local to this function, we can see number 1 and number 2. So these two are at present undefined. Here I am getting value from number 1 field, so that means you will get 10. Number 1, if you see, we are getting a value 10, but that is in a string format. So you can hover your mouse at number 1 and you can see the value like this also. Now number 2 is a 7, but both are in a string format. Here % will convert those numbers. You can see here also. Now number 1 is 10 and number 2 is 7, but these are all converted to numbers. Previously you saw double quotes, right? Now because of this %, the values are converted from string to number. Then here we are making call to get some. So at this stage, since we are making call to some other function, you can go for step into. Step into will get inside that function, but if you put a step over, it will not get inside the function and it will come out. But since we have a breakpoint, even if you press the step over, it will get inside it. And you can read these parameters 10 and 7. And in the locals, if you see, instead of num1 num2, now you are seeing number 1 number 2, because those are all the variables local to this get sum. Now at this stage, if you look at the bottom of the window, we have a call stack. So if you click on click double, if you double click the on click, it will show from where we landed up. So our debugging starts at this add numbers. Then if you click add number, so we landed inside the add number. Then we made a call to get some, and if I double click get some, it shows that arrow mark. That means our execution currently breaking here at a get some. So that means the execution is at this line. So add numbers, you see green arrow, that means the execution is already done here. Now if I click, we will return from this function, and in the call stack you will see that getSum will get wiped. So result is undefined, but once I execute that line, we will get a value in the result. So that's the added sum 17. Then we are assigning it to the result, and we see the result as a 17. So this is how you can debug your JavaScript in IE. Now let's go to Chrome. So if you notice in Internet Explorer, it just grayed out the browser window, but Google Chrome will show the result in the browser while we are debugging it. Let's see that. When I click, we get 7. Here we don't have any document.write, but if you have some document.write line or a write, then you will see those get written into the browser while you are debugging it. So here also you can use F12 or you can use developer tools. You can either use like this or you can use F12. So by default it is showing the HTML, so you can even double click it. Then to add a breakpoint, the same way what you did in IE, you can add a breakpoint. Once you add a breakpoint, the appearance will be like this. So it will show it as a blue arrow. Then the same way we will add here one more breakpoint. Then we will add a breakpoint at the getSum also. Now let us refresh it. Then I will change it as 4. Then I will click add button, and you can see that paused in debugger, and we are staying at this line because of add numbers. So the controls are here in this panel. So this is to execute the code, resume, and this is step over, step into, and step out. Alright, now let me try to do a step over, but since we have breakpoint, it will go and stay there. And number 1 and number 2 are undefined in the local scope. Now you can see number 1 is 5 and you can see a double quote. Number 2 is 4. Now that 5 and 4 will get converted into integers because we are using a percent here, and you can hover the mouse to see the value. Now number 1 is converted to 5, number 2 also converted to 4, both are numbers. Then this time I will, previously in the IE you saw that I clicked step into. Now I will perform step over, but since we have breakpoint here, it will break on that line number 8. So here we are adding these two numbers, 5 plus 4, 9, that will be returned back. And you can see the result 9 is stored in the variable. After that we are printing that content here. And you can see 9. So in IE it was completely parsed, but here in Chrome it renders and shows the result when you are debugging it. So that's all here. So if you want to get away from this debugger, press the F12 button once again. Now you can do your normal execution, 60 and 5 and 65. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.